Yes, now from Lamo, welcome back to another video on Jazza TV. Today we're going to talk about Joe Gallagher's rant at the scales yesterday. Well, it weren't a rant in my opinion, but it weren't a rant in anyone's opinion. It was the truth, and that's exactly what it was. So what happens is I'm going to break it down for you as a boxer sees it. So every fighter has their own scales. The scales can't afford to be an ounce over, because if the eye gets embarrassing, you'll have to go and take your undies off, and people have to hold a towel and all that. And it is quite embarrassing, especially at a public weigh-in. My last weigh-in, the lads I'm wearing a public weigh-in. The public weigh-in, you had me kicks on, and it's pointless taking all your clothes off and stuff like that to pretend that you're getting weighed again. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, public weigh-in, it can be embarrassing, and it's even more embarrassing when you have to go and actually lose weight. You know, you have to get the weight off because it says that you're unprofessional, you haven't made the weight. So every set of scales have always got a little sticker on it. I've always looked at this sticker and just paid no attention to it, but I always know it's there, and it's been scribbled on, been signed for, and that says that this has been, and it gives the date of, I think that's what it says, the date of who signed it and when it was calibrated, these scales, and it has to be by the Boxing Board of Control's rules. So yesterday, Joe would have realised, he would have got on them beforehand and seen everyone as well was getting on them and saying they're a bit light, they're a bit light. So I've been told stories in the past, I'm not saying it was a Board of Control, Boxing Board of Control, but it's this Board of Control's weighing. But in the past, people have told me that they've got to the scales and they've known the bang on, and when you get on the scales are a pound light. They're a pound under, but the opponent's bang on. So in reality, what had really happened was they doctored the scales, or they got an old pair of scales what they knew was 0.5 over, 0.5 under, and then the home fighter had got the advantage, and really he's made the weight and it's been passed. But what's really happened is he's been overweight, and they've come in underweight, and you can't prove it, you can't do nothing about it. So that's what does happen, that goes on. I've seen things similar. One time I got to a weigh-in for myself, and there was a pair of scales, and they were 110 years old, and I went, I'm getting bumped here. I know they've done me. And at the time, I didn't know what Joe's going on about there. Joe's been a good manager and a good coach, looking after his own fighter. Joe's thought there, Lauren Price is going to get on the scales, and she's going to be bang on weight, but them scales are really underweight. That's what he's probably been thinking. But Lauren Price was she was lower than Sasha, so it wasn't a problem. Everyone was under the weight by about a pound. So yeah, that was really good managing. If people from behind the scenes think, what's he going on about there, he's just having a rant, he's just causing a bit of drama. No, that's good managing. That's exactly what you managers to do, because in situations sometimes managers can just say nothing, you know, swallow it, eat the shit, and not protect the fighter. And that's what you need. You need somebody like Joe in them situations who's going to fight for you, going to argue. They're a pain in the ass to everyone else, and no one likes them at the time. But the truth is, the fighter, the manager, and the coach should coach, and the promoter, not really these days, especially when there's conflict of interest, that he promotes two people. But definitely the manager and the coach should all be on the same team, and that's what I've seen as a manager. Sometimes managers just work as managers, and they mingle with other managers, and they make sure they keep their own nest feathered. But not Joe Gallagher. Joe Gallagher's all for his fighters, and he won't be necessarily praised for it in the boxing world, but it's the truth, and it's only right from the manager's perspective. But that's the scenario that went down yesterday on the scales. Just a short one today. Thank you for liking, subscribing. As always, channel's growing as always. So yeah, please keep on doing that, and you have a nice day from Lamo.